Hey guys, this is Stu from Stuart Scale Models, and I thought I would do a little mini update on my builds. But before I do that, I just want to explain a little bit about the primer I've actually been using. And I've been using this primer for the best part, must be 2.5 years now. And it was highly recommended to a lot of the guys on the YouTube community who I'm friends with. And I did actually watch one or two sort of demo videos when Steiner has actually effectively brought this primer out first of all. At the moment I've actually got these three which I am starting to use. Well, the black one I've been using for the last, well, as I say, 2.5 years. And a lot of people have basically really sort of raved about it, and justly so, actually, to be honest with you. Now, some people have claimed that you can actually basically put this straight through the airbrush, and that's great if it does work for you. Now, you know, if it does work for you, then carry on. But for me, I actually tried it off first off, and at the recommended PSI, but it kept clogging my airbrush up after a short while. So it didn't work for me. So what I tend to do is actually thin it down with isopropyl alcohol. And I've actually got a great big bottle of it right here, which is, hang on, let me see, 1 litre bottle. And that will basically help me out. Now, I also tend to clean it out immediately after basically used it with the isopropyl at first, just to thin it down so I can get all the excess muck out through the airbrush, and then basically go through with the UMP airbrush cleaner, which I have to say is one of the best airbrush cleaners on the market, if not the best. I've used it again 2-3 years, or ever since I started coming back into the hobby, and as I say, it will work with any brand of acrylic paint. It will clean it through. It's marvellous stuff. So if you haven't used it, do. And I'm not just saying that just to sort of throw it out there and sort of promote their name. I'm just using it as an impartial opinion on my part, because I find it's one of the, it is really really good airbrush cleaner. And if you notice to the side here, we've also got UMP set of air primers. Now it's basically the same stuff, except they've actually licensed to sell it as well through Steiner. And I've got all the colours that you can see here. You've got the black, you've got the grey, you've got the olive, you've got the oxide, which is quite useful if you're doing German armour, and then you've got the yellow Dunkelgelb. I haven't actually started on these yet, but because basically I want to use these three up first. But obviously with the oxide and the Dunkelgelb, that may all come in handy if you, on my next armour builds, well, possible German armour builds, etc. And with UMP's thinners, that will work with any brand as well, and it's an extremely good thinner. But it's depending on what product, what I'm using. I mean, if I'm just using an ordinary sort of acrylic paint, then I will use the UMP airbrush thinner, as opposed to with the Steiner use isopropyl, because it is a little bit stronger. I think I may be wrong in saying that, I don't know. So basically that was my little sort of par-in view on the primers that I use. I mean, I used to use the rattle can. I mean, I've still got some of them, but I'll tell you what, guys, I wouldn't go back to anything else but this or these. So there you go. Anyway, in terms of my builds, I have been quite busy today. I basically, if I get all these bottles out of the way, I've primed the Gepard. As you can see here, I've got the turret and the hull done. And as you can see, the results speak for themselves. Beautiful finish. And all I did was just basically go over it with low layers of coats, very smoothly and evenly. And as you can see, beautiful, perfect finish, absolutely pristine. It really does bed down well, and I'm not kidding you, it dries within minutes of actually putting it down. As you can see here on the hull, you don't lose any detail whatsoever. It's still all there, guys. It's beautiful stuff, and as I say, I wouldn't turn back to anything else from now on in. And no, with the black, it does actually, when you put your base coat on, it just gives you some sort of nice shadow effects, as it were, you know. So I've also done the tracks as well. So that's the awful rubber tracks, which I've got no choice but to use now, since my little fun and games with the workable track links from Meng. And I've also done the side skirts. Again, just went over it with low, sort of light, even coats, and it's giving you a lovely flat finish, and you just don't lose any surface detail at all. It's superb stuff. And I've also done the actual radar array, as you can see here, and all the running gear. That's all primed and ready for painting. And I've actually started painting the commander figure as well that comes with the kit. Now I'm sort of debating on whether to do a little vignette as though it's on a parade ground and he's just standing outside the vehicle, but what with the time we've got left and me having to go back to work, which is going to leave me little time on the workbench once again next week, I'm possibly will go with my first choice and just do it as a standalone build. As I say, I'll just put the flesh tones in to start it off, really, and then I'll put in the rest later. So that's as far as we've got with the Gepard for the Pricks of Plastic Leopard Group build. And then I've got my other side project which I'm doing, which, as you well know, is the Revell AT ACT from Rogue One. As you can see here, I've also put Starnares down on that as well, which is going to come in even better when it comes to actually putting the base coat on, because you can get that nice sort of shadow effect, as it were, and tonal effect. So yeah, that'll be nice. And the only thing I've got to do is just order the painting, because I think I've only got one little sort of tub of light aircraft grey, which is the nearest colour to the movie version, I think. But when I had to actually paint all the recesses underneath the in between the legs, oh yeah, that was quite a bit of a challenge. I mean, admittedly, I've missed a bit here, but it doesn't really matter, because once you get the base coat on, you ain't gonna really notice. But it went down beautifully, and I've got all the plates on the feet sanded to size and scale now, so they're all done. And that's basically where we're at. And the good thing is with this, because I had a little gap there, you don't get any of that when you play that. You know, you just got that nice lighted effect through the vision port, as it were. So yeah, no gaps whatsoever, so that's good. So basically, guys, that's where I'm at the moment in terms of my builds. Just thought to give you a quick little heads up, really. I am hoping to get started on the Pacific Theatre Group build soon, which is going to be my Tamiya roof, the float plane version of the Zero. Once I've got the Gepard done, and then obviously I might well run this alongside it and get this finished as well, possibly. I'll see. It's not guaranteed, because I've got the Warren Blanche tribute buddy build coming up as well. So yeah, that's at the end of April. So basically, guys, that's where we're at the moment, really. I'm going to finish now, because I've been prattling on for nearly 10 minutes. I was intentionally going to do a video, because as you know, I did do a live video yesterday with my neighbour Ben Frost, who's very much a model engineer into his steam trains, and he was steaming up one of his engines yesterday just to check that where the leaks were on it, you know. So yeah, but instead of sort of at that angle, it came out that angle when I played it back. So I thought, a lot of people are going to get neck ache watching that, so I decided against posting that, so I've deleted that. But Tomorrow morning, me and Ben are going down to his local railway club at near Ascot Racecourse, and he's going to steam her up again and then run her down the track. So I may well do a video on that as well. We'll see. So there you go. Anyway, I've waffled on enough now. Carry on with all your good builds out there. I've been following them all week, virtually every day. So much so I really haven't got round to watching any DVDs, to be honest with you, which I should be doing. But you know, I love the hobby. It's given me a week to switch off from everything that's going on in my life at the moment and unwind. You might not see so many videos as from next week because I'm back at work again. So I've got a few short months ahead of me, I think. And we'll just see how things turn out. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. So there you go. Anyway, as I say, keep up the good work out there, guys. I'm watching all your videos. Well, most of them. I've been watching a few tonight. But I'm going to get an early night now because I've got to be up at 8, ready for Ben. And then get to toodle off down there. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.